Well, hey guys, it's Tommy with BetterBushcraft.com. I'm out here in the rain today shooting a video showing you my Esbit stove. Now this is a nice little piece of kit that's really great to use if you want to cook up a quick meal and don't have the time to make a fire, or if it's raining, all the wood's wet and you don't really want to spend the time to make a fire. It's also really good to warm up a nice cup of hot tea when it's cold and rainy and you're just kind of bunkered in your shelter until it stops, which that's what I'm showing you today. So if the audio is a little bad, I apologize. I have the camera kind of set up protected from the rain, so my voice is kind of bouncing off of that, so I apologize for that. But let me go ahead and show you this Esbit stove. Let me get in close here. I don't know how well you can see this. Let me see. Yep. Okay, so this is an Esbit stove. You can pick these up online for about $8 or so on Amazon.com. And what it is, it's a nice little box. It's a piece of metal. I think this was made back in World War II or so, and this is how they used to cook their food out in the field. So inside I have these Esbit tablets. These are actually the fuel tablets, and they burn pretty well. I think they burn about 10 minutes or so, which is about long enough to cook up a cup of a tea, get it boiling. Sometimes you have to use another tablet, so you could buy these tablets really cheap though, and you can also use some wet fire or some other tablets as well inside this thing. You don't have to use this. I've also just put some little sticks and twigs in here and built a little fire in here and just use this as the base for my canteen cup to rest on. So I'm going to show you how to use this real quick. Hopefully I'm in shot. If not, I apologize. So I'm going to take these out and open one of these up, and that way we can start a fire real quick. It's just a foil back. You just push it through just like that. There you go. So let me step back here a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I put a piece of aluminum foil, which I'll show you why in a little bit. Put that down. You can see it's well used, but I'll put the tab right in the center here, and I'm going to angle these two sides in, and what that's going to allow me to do is put my canteen cup here and let it sit so it doesn't fall off. So I'm going to set that down on my base. Then I'm going to grab my knife, and before I set it in there, I'm going to scrape up a little bit so my fire still can catch this, and we could get a fire going. So I just scrape up a little bit, make a nice little pile on top, just like that. Now it is raining out here. I don't know if you can tell, but everything's soaking wet, so let's see how well this does. So I'll set that in there. I'll grab my fire steel and try to light this real quick. Well, obviously I'm not having much luck with that. It's really wet out here. So what I'm going to do is pause the tape, grab my lighter from my pack, and be right back. Alright guys, so I'm back. So what I did was I went and grabbed my lighter. I don't like to rely on lighters or matches and stuff like that, but it's raining pretty good right now. And sometimes you just got to use what you got. So I'm going to use the lighter on this Esbit block real quick. So I'll just bring it up closer to you. Hopefully you can see that. Just going to light it. Get that going real good. And even with the lighter, this is kind of tricky because it's getting wet. But I think I got it. Alright, you can see that. It's going. So I'm going to set this back down. Oh, and it went out. The rain's pretty bad right now. This might have been a bad idea. But the conditions are never perfect when you're bushcrafting. Or I shouldn't say never, but they don't always stay that way. And sometimes it just takes time, and eventually you get there. So it's going now. I think you can see that. And it's pretty cold out here too right now. It's probably, I don't know, 41 degrees or so. Let me get this block going. I'm trying to shield it from the rain right now. Okay, I'm gonna set it back down. Okay, so now that that's going, I'm just gonna get my canteen that I got here. Open this up. It's getting all wet. Take out my canteen cup. A little dirty from last time. No big deal. And fill this up with, I don't know, just enough water to make a nice cup of tea. That's about good. Now, what you'll do is just set your canteen cup right on top of this stove, and it sits real nicely. So that way the cup is sitting almost right above it, or it is sitting right above it, and it boils the water really quickly. So while that's starting to go, I'm going to show you what I make for my tea. Now normally, you know, I'll bring out packets of green tea or chamomile tea or something like that, but sometimes it's fun to just bring something else. And what I got in this pouch that I usually carry, if you can see, is some 2 cinnamon sticks and a bay leaf. Now you could do this at home. I didn't buy this, of course. I just bought the cinnamon sticks and I bought a pack of bay leaves and put these together. The thing about cinnamon sticks and bay leaf for cinnamon tea that's really good for you is the bay leaf has lots of vitamins in it. It's rich in vitamin A and C. It's also got iron, manganese, calcium, potassium, and magnesium in it. So it's a really good booster for your immune system and overall well-being. Now the cinnamon sticks, it improves your blood circulation. So while out bushcrafting, that's always really good to have your blood circulating real good, as well as it eases any cold symptoms that you may have. If you have a cold, coughing, and sneezing, all that, cinnamon is really great for that type of stuff. So it's great to pack this type of tea in the winter and fall seasons, of course. It's also good for potassium. It's also good for stomach upsets. If you have a stomach ache, drink some cinnamon tea after each meal, and it's really good for that. And now sometimes, to make it a little bit more sweet and for a boost of energy, I add honey in this. I'll make a small pack of honey and take that with me as well. Like I said, it's good for energy. It's also good for your immune system. It builds that up, so it's another good thing for when you have a cold. And it's also a natural remedy for a lot of different ailments. So if you want to learn more about honey, obviously you can go on the internet and check it out. But so I have cinnamon sticks, a bay leaf, and I add some honey at the end. Makes a fantastic tasting tea. It's really good for you. It's really great for days like this when it's raining and it's cold and you need something just to get warm and help boost your immune system. So I'm going to throw these in once the water starts boiling, and I'll pick back up the video there. Okay guys, so this cube has been burning for about a little over 10 minutes so far. As you can see, it's still going pretty good. My water is just about to boil. You can see it's smoking there, and I don't know how well you can see inside here, but got the cinnamon sticks and the bay leaf in there, and you can tell that the water is turning into a nice amber color, reddish color, and that's going to taste really great. Now the great thing about the cinnamon sticks, I forgot to tell you, is you can reuse them. So after you're done making your cup of tea, put them back in your bag, and you can reuse the bay leaf as well, and you can reuse all of that 2 or 3 times. So, and each time you boil it, a little bit more will come out. So the first cup will be a little bit weaker, believe it or not, and then the second and third cup will be even more richer, full of that flavor. So, and then like I said, after this, I take this off the flame, I'll add my honey into it, and it'll be a great great cup of tea. So Overall, I'm really happy with the Esbit stove. It does really well. I think the cubes go for a long enough time to get your stuff done, and it's fairly cheap. Like I said, you can pick up one of these stoves for about $8 online, and the cubes don't cost very much either. So overall, I'm really satisfied with that. So the next time you're out and you just want to make a quick cup of tea, I definitely suggest you do it this way. It's really easy, it's really great, and this is a perfect setup for bushcraft. So, oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, I didn't use this foil, and the reason why I didn't is, even though it's raining right now, there's virtually no wind. So I use this foil as a windscreen. I'd open it up, set it on the back side, trying to keep the wind from blowing through and snuffing out my fire. So, and it's also great as a lid too. I could open this up and put it as a lid, but I chose not to do that today. So anyways, guys, if you have any questions or comments, please be sure to leave them on the page, and until next time, you guys take care.